ready for a story, nod your head. Green inside, because none of us go where.
Hi friends, it's Miss Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, sit so still. Good job. Let's do the more we get together. The more we get together, together. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Good job. All right, I have my rainbow tree today. We have purple, yellow, orange, blue, and red. We're going to say way up high in the rainbow tree, 5 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color. And we got to say what color we shook down. Ready? Way up high in the rainbow tree, 5 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color blue. All right, how many colors are left on my tree? 4. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 4 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color orange. How many colors are on my tree now? 3. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 3 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color purple. How many colors are on my tree now? 2, and we have yellow and red. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 2 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color red. How many many colors are on my tree now? 1. Way up high in the rainbow tree, one little color smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color yellow. Good job. I'm going to put my rainbow tree away, and we're going to read our very first book, which is about Gilbert the Goldfish, who wants a pet. A magnificent stone castle, a treasure chest full of gold, and a feast of tasty flakes that fell from the sky just in time for breakfast each day. But the one thing that Gilbert did not have was the very thing that he most desperately wanted: a pet. Sometimes he imagined his pet would be small, sometimes big, and sometimes really big. Sometimes Gilbert imagined his pet would have fur, or feathers, or floppy ears. But every day and always, Gilbert imagined what it would be like to have a pet to care for and to love. Then, one day, Gilbert woke up to find a dog barking at him. Bark, bark, bark! Gilbert blinked his eyes to make sure that he wasn't dreaming. The dog wagged his tail and licked the bowl. Gilbert swam around and around and around in happy circles, and the dog ran around and around and around in happy circles too. A pet, Gilbert gulped. I have a pet. The dog barked and barked and barked some more. Bark, bark, bark. Gilbert never dreamed his pet would be so noisy, or so thirsty. A week passed. A very tired Gilbert woke up, and the barky bark dog was gone. The castle was quiet again, and Gilbert was just a teensy bit relieved. A few days later, Gilbert noticed a small gray mouse peering at him through the glass. Gilbert's little fishy heart went a pitter-patter swish. The mouse licked her paws and sniffed the bowl. Gilbert swam around and around in a happy circles. The mouse, who thought Gilbert was a large clunk of cheddar cheese, ran around and around in circles too. A pet, Gilbert gulped happily. I have a quiet pet. The mouse sniffed and sniffed and sniffed some more. When the hungry mouse determined that Gilbert was not, in fact, a block of cheese, she ran away, and she never came back. Gilbert's little fishy heart went a pitter, patter, plop. More time passed, and Gilbert had just about given up on his dream when a fly landed on the rim of his bowl. Well, hello there, fellow, Gilbert called cheerfully. That startled the fly, buzzing around in circles. Buzz, 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 buzz. Gilbert jumped up with a wide-eyed fly was there to greet him in the air. A pet, Gilbert glubbed. I have a quiet, friendly whack. Oh my, poor fly. And poor Gilbert, he cried. He cried enough tears to fill a 10-gallon aquarium. In the morning, Gilbert opened his eyes and somebody was watching him. Gilbert gulped. Somebody filled the long tail with wiry whiskers. Gilbert cautiously swam around and around in circles, and somebody followed. Gilbert jumped. Somebody jumped. Gilbert thought, eyeing the circles eyeing the curious new creature before him. Not too loud, not too rude, and not too squished. A pet, Gilbert gulped. I have a perfectly good pet. You look kind of hungry, Gilbert said. Would you like some breakfast? The creature moved a little closer and closer and closer and then took a big bite of a delicious green flake. The pink ones are really good too, Gilbert said with a smile. Would you like to see my castle? Now, Gilbert really does have everything a goldfish could ever want, including a pet named Fluffy. Good job! And hello, Sierra, Taylor, and Travis. Thank you for joining me tonight. All right, we're going to sing some more songs. We're going to do I Have a Dog. His name is Rags. His ears are going to go flip-flop, and his tail wig-wag. And when he walks, he goes zig-zag. It goes like this. I have a dog, and his name is Rags. He eats so much that his tummy sags. His ears flip-flop and his tail wig-wags. When he walks, he goes zigzag. He goes a flip-flop, a wig-a-wag. Zigzag, he goes a flip-a-flop, a wig-a-wag. Zigzag, he goes a flip-flop, a wig-a-wag. Zigzag, I love Rags and he loves me. Good job. Right, we're going to sing Did You Ever See a Fishy? This goes to the tune of Have You Ever Seen a Lassie? So we're going to say Have you ever seen a fishy swim this way and that? Have you ever seen a fishy, a fishy, a fishy? Have you ever seen a fishy swim this way and that? Swim this way and that way and this way and that way. Have you ever seen a fishy swim this way and that? Good job. We're going to do our 5 green and speckled frogs. Remember, our frogs are living on a speckled log. And they're eating the most delicious bugs. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 frogs sitting on a speckled log. Go ahead and hold up your fingers and you can have your frog. It goes like this. 5 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we have 4 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we have 3 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we have 2 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we have 1 green speckled frog. Glub, glub. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log eating the most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. 1 jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now we have no more speckled frogs. Glub, glub. Good job. All right, we're going to sing How Much Is That Kitty in the Window? This goes just like How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? But we're going to say the one with the white fluffy tail. How much is that kitty in the window? The one with the white fluffy tail. How much is that kitty in the window? I do hope that kitty's for sale. Good job. All right, our last book is called Gaston. Miss Poodle admired her new puppies, Fifi, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Would you like to see them again? Fifi, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Perfectly precious, aren't they? Miss Poodle thought so too. The puppies grew as puppies do. 3 were no bigger than a teacup. The 4th, however, continued to grow and grow until he was the size of a teapot. Miss Poodle took pride in teaching her puppies how to be proper poochies, and they were taught to sip, never slobber. Good, good, very nice. Nice try. They were taught to yip, never yap. Yip, yip, yip. Ruff. And they were taught to walk with grace, to never race. Tip-toe, tippity-toe. Whoa! The puppies were also taught how to look pretty and pink, nimble their kibble, nibble their kibble, and ride in style. Whatever the lesson, Gaston always worked the hardest, practiced the longest, and smiled the biggest. Miss Poodle was very pleased with all her puppies, Fifi, Foo-Foo, Ooh La La, and Gaston. Spring arrived, and the proud mother was eager to show off her darlings. She took them to the park for their very first stroll in public. There was much to see: daffodils, ducklings, and dogs. Oh dear! Who do we have here? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. Would you see at them again? Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette. This was more than a little awkward. The mother sized up the pups, and the pups sized up one another. It seems there's been a terrible mistake, Miss Bulldog said, breaking the silence. Oui, Miss Poodle agreed sadly. Whatever shall we do? Miss Bulldog could not come up with an answer. I guess we'll just let them decide, she replied. Gaston and Antoinette were young, but even they could see that there had been a mix-up. The 2 puppies began to circle around and around and around the group. Gaston walked with grace. Antoinette raced. Gaston yipped and Antoinette yapped. And when they finally came to a stop, the puppies had traded places. There, that looked right. But it didn't feel right. That evening, Antoinette tried to fit in with her new sisters, but she did not like anything proper or precious or pink. Pooey! On the other side of town, Gaston tried to fit in with his new brothers, but he did not like anything brutish, brawny, or brown. Yuck! Antoinette and Gaston were the only ones who were having a hard time adjusting. The next morning, Miss Poodle forgot all about being proper and raced back to the park. Miss Bulldog was already there waiting for her burly brood. It seems we've made a terrible mistake, she nearly shouted. Oui, Miss Poodle agreed happily. time, Gaston and Antoinette wasted no time trading places. There, that looks right, and it feels right too. From that day forward, the families met in the park every afternoon to play. Rocky, Ricky, Bruno, and Antoinette taught the poodle puppies a thing or two about being tough. And likewise, Fifi, Fufu, and Ooh La La and Gaston taught the bulldog puppies a thing or two about being tender. And many, many years later, when Gaston and Antoinette fell in love, they had puppies of their own, and they taught them to be whatever they wanted to be. Good job. All right, let's do Twinkle, Twinkle, and wave goodbye. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. All right, let's wave goodbye. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. Oh, with our friends at story time, we wave goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. Oh, with our friends at story time, we clap goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. Oh, with our friends at story time, we stomp goodbye like this. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you next time.